Vinaka, you've tuned in to Talk Business, and if you're joining us from around the region, a big hello to you too. On the show this week, our team travels to Labasa to bring you some coverage from the friendly north. Talk Business features the resilience of a farming community in rural Labasa and how these farmers who have literally turned their harvest into cash by partnering with a local exporter. What's special about them? Well, they're a group of women who defied the odds and taken to plowing the land to make a living for their families. We show you just how a little ingenuity by a vegetable exporter can go a long way in helping communities out of poverty. That's coming up in the next half hour. It's 9 a.m. and the women are already gearing up for the task ahead. Today is going to be another tough day at the farm. But it's the only life they know and the kind they're used to. For those like the Muhammad family that grew up on the outskirts of Labasa town, toiling the land is second nature. So what's so special about this farming community tucked in the hills of Navikavu? Well, here it's the hard-working women who have taken up the farm tools and are plowing the land. Defying their socially accepted traditional roles, the women are agro-entrepreneurs in their own right. Earning a living for their family from the riches of the soil couldn't have been a better fit. You see, for the women here, hard work is synonymous to their way of life, the kind that sweat and tears are made of. And crop farming brings out the best of what they know. Just about any vegetable can be grown in our tropical conditions in Fiji, and this sturdy bunch has attempted it all. And now, in their own way, not only are the women contributing to their community's economic development, but bringing in foreign revenue too. How so? Well, take a look at this cowpea plantation, or as we simply call it here, the bean plot. This here is export quality cowpeas, organically grown and nurtured for the Australian market. Their farmland extends for miles, and so does too the bean plot to meet the market demand. The task for the women is simple: plow, nurture and harvest, the entire components of the farming cycle. I decided to give them a hand with the harvest. Growing up in the city, unfortunately, I never had the chance to experience life on a farm and all the excitement that comes with it. So I definitely was going to make the most of it. Cowpeas originated in Africa. In fact, it dates to ancient West African cereal farming 6,000 years ago. Today, it's a widely consumed legume, used as a grain crop for animal fodder or as a vegetable. For this determined bunch though, the smear cash crop is a lot more than just that. It provides an opportunity to become economically independent in a sector dominated by man. For 30-year-old Rahil Nisha, cultivating the land is what she does best. She's practically done this her entire adult life. And while it's hard work, the fruits of her labor is worth the sweat.
हम लोग पहले लोग के बोई थे, मुझसे सवेरे चल दी बोई थे, 10 बजे आ जित घरे, फिर घर के काम करो, फिर 1-2 बजे ठंडा होने लगे, फिर जाओ तरकारी वगैरह बो, और तूड़े ला दिन हुई रकम सवेरे चल दो हम लोग तूड़ो ला घरे दिन में बांधो, रेस्ट हुआ करो, फिर संजक टाइम जाओ, केबज वगैरह संजक टाइम मांगो काटो, दिन में काट दियो तो खराब हो जाए, फिर दूसरा रोज सवेरे बस में लेके जाओ, तो मार्केट में दो.
It's a venture their husbands also too gladly support. Any given harvest, the women reap about 100 bundles of beans. This is then sold to the Labasa Farm Fresh Company. The company runs an export business where frozen local vegetables are processed and packaged for the Australian market. From cowpeas to jackfruit to even cassava leaves, they're all exported overseas. This gives agro-entrepreneurs like Rahil an opportunity to make a living and bring in those much-needed foreign dollars too.
हमको जो स्पोटा एक ले जाए लगा तो 1 हिट में लोड में जितना रे सब लेके चल दे. जब हम मार्केट ले जाता है तो ढेर वेंडर्स के लग जाओ, उसके थोड़ा दो, थोड़ा उसके दो, थोड़ा उसके दो, और जब से हम पैसन के दे लगा जो ना घर से तो वह घर से भी लेके चल दे, हमको टाइम भी बच जावे, और 1 हिट जितना रहे कॉपी सब गाँव में लेके चल दे, और प्राइस भी हमको अच्छा दे.
Labasa Farm Fresh buys a single bundle of cowpeas for the premium price of $2. And farmers like Hasmul Nisha aren't complaining at all.
हम लोग की लाइफ बहुत भाई चेंजेस हो गई. बात इससे पहले हम कॉपी ले जाए मार्केट में तो सीजन टाइम दिसंबर टाइम तक कोई नहीं मांगे कॉपी. अभी जब से उले लगा है, रड्डी ले लगा है, तब हम लोग इनसे डायरेक्ट से तोड़ देता 200-300 बंडल रहे. हम लोग घर से ले चलते, कैश पैसा मिल जाए हम लोग क्या, हम लोग जो बनता वो चीज़ खरीदता. हम लोग अपन के रड्डी खाली बीन दे के अपन के सब चीज़ लगावा, सोरा लगावा, अपन वही से अपन खर्चा चलाए थे. गन्ना के को पैसा नहीं मिले, गन्ना जमीन में कर्जा.
Since the cowpeas have to meet certain standards, the women folk here too have nurtured the skills of growing this cash crop into export quality beans. By doing so, not only have they improved the quality of their cash crops, but also ensured a consistent market for their produce.
बहुत फायदा है. हम लोग जो चीज़ मांगी थे अपन खरीद ले थे. पहले हम लोग जो तरकारी बेची, दाल भी 70 सेंट हम लोग के बिकी. अभी रेडी है, होलसेल 2 ग्लास से ले ले सब, उसके फुल टाइम वही है प्राइस रे. 2 ग्लास ले ले, हम लोग जो चीज़ मांगता खरीदता, अपन पैसा बचा लेता है, जिधर मांगता घूम लेता, सब बगली अपन लड़कन के अच्छा चीज़ खरीद लेता है. हम लोग अपन लड़कन के कभी पहले अच्छा कपड़ा जूता नहीं खरीदता. अभी हम लोग के लड़कन अच्छा कपड़ा अच्छा सब चीज़ पहनने लगी. नहीं अच्छा जो चीज़ मांगो वो चीज़ खरीद के ला खाओ, वो चीज़ है.
So you wonder why rural women like Rahil and their relatives aren't keen on joining the formal sector. Why slave for another when you can be your very own boss?
फार्मिंग में मेहनत कमती है और अर्निंग बेसी हुए है. हम लोग सवेरे चल देता, फिर दिन में तुम 8 बजे आए गया घरे, रेस्ट करो, अपन घर के काम करो. कोई तुम ऊपर बोझ नहीं है कि तुम जाओ काम करो. व्हाइट कॉलर जॉब में तो आदमी काम करो, तुम कहाँ बैठा है, इवन टी टाइम भी तुम्हें कोई नहीं दे. अब हम लोग के मन के मर्जी है, जब तुम काम करे माँ करा, नहीं करे माँ नहीं करा. कभी कि बरखाला मौसम रहे, हम 3 डेज पर फार्म में नहीं जाते, घरे रही थे. बट हम लोग के लाइफ कम चलते रहे कि वैसे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आवे कि आज काम पे नहीं गया तो हमें पे नहीं हुई.
man behind this brilliant idea of exporting processed vegetables from Labasa is Madhu Reddy. In fact, his business is the only kind that deals with the export of local processed veggies. Back in 2011, Reddy and his brothers made the investment in the agro sector. From setting up the factory here in the center of Lambasa's town, today the determined businessman has grown his business into an export-oriented success story. While many would often think twice before putting their money at stake, here in a small community like Labasa, Reddy has been quite the opposite. Call it civic pride or just good business instincts, it's been well worth the investment.
I got farm too, so I know that some of the produce I can get from my farm, and nobody is doing here. I know there's plenty produce here, plenty vegetables here. So that's why I'm doing here, Labasa. I got faith in Labasa that I can do it because nobody is doing. I'm the only one started to do this export business.
And believe it or not, there's huge demand for his products in the Australian market. When you're far away from home and the food that you've grown up with, even the slightest resemblance of anything that depicts homegrown food is a must. So it comes as no surprise then that the biggest consumers of his products in Australia are former Fijians and Pacific Islanders.
So demand is very high. Just for example, Rosella leaves this year I produced about 11 ton of Rosella leaves, and I already sold to Australia.
To help his business become more viable and meet export standards, Reddy has received assistance from the European-funded Increasing Agricultural Commodity Trade or IACT program. Through this initiative, the entrepreneur has been able to purchase specialized equipment to help with the processing of vegetables.
Machineries, just like for example, I got a grated cassava leaf machine. That one was funded by IACT, and stainless steel table, crates, and few machines are also coming. Coconut shredder and vacuum pack and continuous sealer, all funded by IACT. I got the machine, so now I can do grated cassava leaves very fast. And without machine, I was not able to send a packet from here.
As a result, not only has Reddy joined the many local businesses that export quality Fijian-made or processed products, but he's also helping farming communities move out of poverty. It's those like the Muhammad family that are on the receiving end. By helping put food on their table and raising their standard of living, Reddy too, in his own little way, is helping slow down the urban-rural drift and enticing farmers to remain on their fields. He initially started off with 2 farmers, and today almost 60 farmers work closely with him, supplying some of the best vegetables grown in Labasa for the export market.
I just supply some seeds to the farmers, just like I supplied cowpeas, bean seeds to the farmers, and I give them transport. In my van, I just pick it from their farm, so it's easy for them. Otherwise, they could bring it by bus or transport, and I'm giving them a good price. Just like for that, in their country market, they'll keep it there for about a whole day. So they bring it here, I buy it whole. In market, they give to vendors 10 bundles each, but I buy all. Even 100 or 200 bundles I buy and give them cash. So easy for them. They don't have to stay for a whole day here. Just 1 hour they go away. So easy for them.
That's why it becomes all the more important to engage with farmers and understand their needs.
I have to just talk to the farmers, just to tell them what to grow, and so that if I tell them they're going to go in large scale. Before, the farmers used to do it in small scale. Now they're doing it in large scale, and I told them that I'm going to buy all the produce.
With his business doing pretty well, there's no better time than now to look at expansion.
Now I'm looking to go big a beef factory somewhere in Labasa. I'm looking for the place. Fund is available, so I'm gonna build one factory very soon.
It It doesn't take a genius to figure out that agricultural produce can rake in the big bucks, if only you employ the right business tactics. And Madhu Reddy seems to have found the right mix. If a small business like his can tap into the potential here in remote Labasa, the opportunities in more connected parts of the country is endless. So we thought we'd find out for ourselves what it really takes to run an operation like his. And you'd be surprised, it's not all that complex. It's a simple assembly line production that requires a few specialized equipment and dedication from the staff.
After the jackfruit is being chopped, it's dipped in cold water and brought it to the pot where the boiling water is. We have to put the soybean oil. The soybean oil is, I think, 3 tablespoons. We have to add 3 tablespoons and some haldi for the color. We have to stir it properly. Then we have to put the chopped jackfruit in it.
The leaves on the machine, we call it blender, vertical cutter and blender to grind the leaves. Now we're putting some mortar so that leaves can be a little bit soft and easy for machine to be blend leaves.
After the cassava leaf is being blended, it's poured in the basin and brought to the table, and it's packed in the plastic bag like this. Plastic bag like this. It's for the grated cassava leaves. From there, it's being scaled. Going from this process, it's being scaled. After scaling, for the scaling process, it should be the cassava leaf should be packed up to 400 grams. After it's being weighed, then it's gone to the sealer. It's been sealed there. After the plastic is sealed properly, then it's been checked. Then if the plastic is sealed well or not, then we have to pinch it with something so that the air from the plastic bag is taken out. And from there we have to pack it in the carton. We have to pack it in the carton and put it back to the sealer.
Copies came from the van, upload in the crates, offload. Now it comes here, now we do heading, we're peeling it up. And we have to take out the beans which were good. Take for example, this bean is good, and some beans like this one. See, it's really drying up now. This is clean up bean, this bean already graded now. From here it will go to for the blending. water, on the boiling water. It's fully boiled water. We are boiling this bean in the boiling water so that it can be boiled and to kill the insects that are inside the bean. We call it blanching. Yeah, and we have to cook for about 4 minutes. After blanching, we put the bean on the table and we grate it again here. If some insect or something left on the not clean up there, it will be cleaning up in here on this table.
For those farmers whose lives have changed for the better, it's an opportunity to not only build a brighter future, but one that is sustainable for generations to come.
एक दफ तोड़ के इंसान खाली बेच ले, खाली एक दफा खाली $7 के हाफ के जीबिया एक दफ इंसान तोड़ के बेच ले, उससे इंसान के है इतना दिल खुशी हो जाए कि इंसान सोचे कि मैं यही फार्मिंग हमें बहुत इजी लगी है। हर एक इंसान के लिए सोचे कि अगर जाके टाउन से तरकारी खरीद खाए तो घरे पे घर थोड़ा थोड़ा बहुत बुआ जाए। हर एक इंसान के लिए सोचे कि फीजी यही सा है, मेहनत करी होता भाई, मेहनत करो, दुनिया मेहनत करे, क्या है ना किसान का लड़का मेहनत करे। अब किसान के लड़का दिन भर जाके अगर बस चले तो से कितना कमाइए। हम लोग एक रोज बीन तोड़ के बेचता $200-300 के।
कोई किसान लोग तरकारी बोत रहा और छोड़ देने की लगे बहुत हार्ड है, बट अभी बहुत मदद भी मिल जाए है। तुम तरकारी की तरफ झुको तो एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट भी बहुत मदद करे है। और तरकारी बोए के कोई कड़ा काम नहीं, बहुत सहज काम है। मेहनत करेगा तो मेहनत के फल भी मीठा है। हम लोग पहले नई तरकारी जब बोत रहा तो हम लोग बहुत हार्ड लगता रहा लाइफ। अभी जो तरकारी हम लोग बोए लगा है तो हम लोग के बहुत ईजी लगे। हम लोग कम्युनिटी में बहुत हेल्प कर देता है। हम लोग अपन लाइफ के लिए चुन चीज मांगता है, वट एवर हम अपन खरीदता है, जिसके सब डिपेंड करे तरकारी पे।
And that's a wrap for this week. For questions or comments, do email us talkbusiness@fijitv.com.fj. Remember, you can view tonight's show on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/talkbusiness, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk Business. Thank you for joining us. Do join us again the same time next week. Until then, have a productive week.